And we should be up and running. Very nice, very nice. Who's first? Who's first? Charles, what's good, Charles? Good day to you as well. It's been a fun week, but it's been a pretty regular Friday, which is usually not a very fun Friday. What's good, Connie? I was recording this earlier, but it took so long to do anything. I had to cancel the recording before we started, so that's great. But we'll talk about a few things and go from there. Probably won't be here the full 3 hours, though, just so you know. What's good, Sergio? Make sure you guys are sharing the links with your friends. They want to, they're traders, they want to hop on and come have some fun with us. So the S&P, we've got some dressing on it, not the NASDAQ. Still kind of naked over there. And I'll kind of walk you through what I think is going to happen next here as we approach the afternoon session. You guys can hear me, right? Can we do a quick sound check? Quick sound check. Did we have news this morning? At 8:45? I should know that. Yeah. Flash services PMI. Okay, that makes sense then. That makes sense. All right, thanks guys for the sound check. Appreciate that. What's good, Willow? What's up, man? How was yesterday? What'd you do yesterday, Willow? What'd you do yesterday? All right. So, if you want to put an alert at 41:59 or 41:60, you can. We can do that. That's still my thought for today. But let me tell you the problem with that before we continue. If we take a look at the NASDAQ, okay, the NASDAQ is higher. The NASDAQ is looks like our leader today. And that's fine. However, the Dow Jones is problematic for me in terms of probabilities for the S&P. Why is that? Because at 33,803, we have equal lows down here. We came very close to that this morning at 9:45, but we never got there. We ended up diverging instead, which is fine. But then we came back into this potential mitigation. We're trading back into that again right now at the start of this afternoon session. So for me, and then I think we diverged up here too. So we have upside for S&P, potential downside for Dow. So to me, I think that's why the S&P has been dragging ass a little bit. So higher time frame context to me, I could justify both. I could justify shorts on Dow and I can justify longs on S&P. So then what do you do with that? It was a great day. Yeah, I enjoyed yesterday. It was cool. But you know, so what do you do with that? If you can long and short, is that high probability? So let me walk you through what we did this morning. We came down here below 4136.75. That was the low from Thursday, yesterday. So we swept yesterday's low, rallied. We traded down into this previous gap here. So to me, that was longable. Then we rallied, made a new high. Okay, cool. Maybe we can go break even. And then, oh, comes back for the break even. There's equal lows down here as well on the 1 minute. And that's why you see that line there. I put out a video recently called the top 10 smart money trading rules. What's one of the rules? I don't long when there's equal lows. So if I'm in a long position and then equal lows form and we rally, that to me is a partial new high. That's fine. There's a gap up here too. But there's going to be stops here. So that's okay. But if we're up 6 or 7 points, then at least I want to reduce the risk on it. I may not collapse the trade because I might be wrong. We could leave the equal lows there and still rally. So when you're at break even, it's either you break even or you do good. So it just logically, it makes sense to just hold it instead of getting out. Okay. So of course we came back below the equal lows here, down and into this gap. I figured that might be a long as well, but I didn't long it. It rallied. I went, okay, now we've got a potential mitigation. So on the way lower, now it's 11 o'clock. Now it's like lunchtime. So then I long that again. Market rallies. Dow is still bearish. So I go break even. Boom. Market comes back to break me even. So it's like, all right, bro. 2 back-to-back break evens. And overall, just not. I mean, look how sideways this is. It's still like respecting the original mitigation that I drew here, but it's been sideways. This was the lunch hour as well. So for the afternoon, you know, what's on the table? Again, 41.59 is upside for the S&P, but 33.803 is potential downside for the Dow. Both S&P and Dow are relatively within the middle of their respective ranges. The S&P, the most recent range on a 5-minute time frame, it's like slightly higher. And on the Dow, its respective range, it's slightly lower, like 50% wise. Slightly, S&P slightly above 50%. Dow is slightly below 50%. So to me, what do we do with that? You know what I mean? And exactly, well, are you supposed to stay away? But, you know, we bodied this whole fucking week. I called plethora of trades on Twitter this whole week. And I think it was yesterday I said, you know, that'll conclude this week. We're done. So what do we do today? Take off. Take off, man. Now, I still want to try and find something. I'm still going to stream for you guys and still, you know, see if we can get anything. But I will tell you off the rip, probabilities are lower. So from a risk management perspective, what would you guys do if you were going to take a trade and it was lower probability? Would you go full risk or would you go half risk? What would you do there? And it's crazy because some people want me to stream every day, but then, you know, Friday, like hardly anyone shows up on Fridays. So if that continues, we may just drop the Friday stream altogether and just keep it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Half, if not quarter of 1%, that's fine too. Drop lot size, I would agree. What's good, Naruto? What's good? All right. So let's see. Let's watch this thing. I wish I was still recording, but I'm not. So there's our afternoon session beginning. There's our stock exchange close, and there's our final hour. So if I was still long, I would be pretty confident right now. Back in here. Like if I was still long from that, I'd feel pretty confident right here. Looks like it wants to trade above this short-term high here. Let's see how we react from there. And the Dow, it is rallying a little bit, but not all that much. So the question is, if we trade above this high, 41.54, if we trade above it, what do we do there? Do we just ram through it and gun for the 60s, or do we kind of trade into it and then aggressively trade away from it? Don't know. I don't know. Fridays are my worst day of the week, historically. That doesn't mean every Friday is going to be horrible. That just means out of all my performance days, on average, Friday's my worst. And it's the least amount of viewers as well. So, you know, that's why we may I'll give it a few more Fridays, but if we can't grow our Fridays, then we'll just have to drop it altogether and just be a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday stream. So there's the 54 level, so we want to see a push through that. Appreciate that, Naruto. One of my favorite hoodies as well. I have the pants to go with it too. Not that you'd be able to see that, but I'm wearing shorts right now anyway. Equal highs there. Came up, made equal highs. How you like that? What's good, Allie? What's good? Guys, real quick, drop a like on the stream for me. I would greatly appreciate it. To help us get us on the algorithm, get us in front of more people. We need more people. More peoples. Now, as far as the NASDAQ goes, by the time I was longing S&P, the NASDAQ is way up here. So sometimes that can be a little bit uncomfortable too. And the NASDAQ took a new high here. So coming off that high, it's like, is that really what we want to long? And then just like S&P, it rallied a little bit and then gave it back up. So, all right. Well, that's not what I wanted to see. But if we do trade lower, we have printed some equal highs. Could be on the table. Or we just continue higher, and that's fine. But if we leave this here, we want to note that on our chart too. But you know, since we're here, if I had to say, 41.59 for the S&P upside. But 33.803 downside for Dow is also a potential. So, you know, don't be surprised if today ends up being a sloppy day. Don't be mad at me. I told you, I'm telling you before we head into it. You know, so if you're someone who's pressing buttons, oh, well, you know, John thinks this or that, these are not the greatest conditions. Plus, we handled the rest of the week. So realistically, we should be done already. Know what I'm saying? Given Swissy, given the NASDAQ the other day, given the S&P yesterday, there should be no reason to trade today if you're already done. You shouldn't even be logged in. If anything, you should be logged into a paper account just to press buttons, but without real risk on the table. Look at this 15-minute today. If we take all the drawings off, look at this 15-minute. This is horrendous. Horrendous. Who likes markets like this? There's still opportunities, don't get me wrong. Especially like from down here. That should have been the trade, not the first one. But you don't know the second one's going to print until after the first one. So we can only go and say shoulda, coulda, woulda in hindsight, right? So can't do shit with that. I guess I'll give you more context too. Why 41.59? Not just because of the highs, but if we zoom out a little bit, let's go to the daily for a second. What do you notice here on the daily? Other than the fact that it looks like doo-doo. Other than the fact that it looks like doo-doo. Okay. You have April 12th. That is a down candle. It's a shitty down candle, but more favorably, you have this gap over here on the micros. Okay. So look at the close of April 6th and the open of April 10th. So that was Good Friday. The market was closed on that Friday. So that was like our 3-day weekend. And that Monday gap opened up here. That's what that gray box is on my chart. So you see how Thursday's low was 41.36 3/4. So today we traded back into that below yesterday's low and into that old gap here. So price had respected that right here. See that? Right here. So beautiful run into that Sunday's gap, run below the 9 a.m. low and a run below yesterday's low. That response gave us that gap here. So that gap is below equal lows as well. That is what we call smart money efficiency. Okay, so for those of you that are taking notes, smart money efficiency, right? Taking out traders, rebalancing price at the same time. It's two birds with one stone concept. Okay? That gave us a nice reaction. This imbalance, it spent a lot of time there. A lot of time there. Now we came up. Now we have equal highs and we're trading off of that. So that's why I'm saying higher time frame context. I would like higher pricing based on the daily here, because this is like a daily time frame reaction and we diverged. So this to me was manipulation. So I don't see us trading below 41.36 and or whatever this low is, 41.35 1/4. Now, can we trade below that low? Yes. I just don't want to see that. So the volatility a little bit is increasing here for the Dow. And again, if you missed it earlier, this looks like shit on the 15-minute. I can agree, guys. But however, I told my team earlier that the Dow was respecting the 15-minute mitigation here. And I told you a minute ago we were back into it. 20 level here, 33,920. Reacted off of that like 3 times. So to me, it's still may want to trade lower. But then now what do you do when you have a downside objective for Dow, but now we have equal highs on the S&P? You see what I'm saying? Like, you see why the conditions today are so garbage? Horrendous, man. I think the ideal scenario, this probably won't happen. Ideal scenario, Dow trades below 33.8 whatever level. S&P comes down but stays higher, doesn't trade below this low, and then we get bullish order flow up to these equal highs and then run to 4160 and then close for the day and then be done for the weekend. You know what I mean? Like, that I think would be like blockbuster movie type scenario. Are we going to get that? Probably not. That's asking for quite a bit. It's asking for a lot. What we'll do is put an alert down here as well for the Dow. So if you're watching the micros, even if your data is delayed, it's okay. 33,803 is our alert for that. But we will also need an alert for the S&P at 4154. Okay, so let me write this down real quick, and then I'll tell you. Actually, matter of fact, I'll put it in the chat. That way you guys can have it. So alerts Dow 33,803. S&P 4154 and 4159, and I think that was it. The 2 upside for S&P, the 1 downside for Dow. NASDAQ, what the fuck? But you know what? Let's just have some fun with it. Let's just say 13,108. We'll just do all 3 then. Don't expect all 3, but you know, there you go. And I'll pin that as well. Okay. So there's some price alerts for you into the chat. If you're watching this in the recording, I guess you can instantly see if we're right or wrong, but they're the levels. So we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, so matter of fact, that's a good point, Willow. That's a good point. Your favorite concept. So let me ask you guys this, for everyone that's here, who at least participates. What is your favorite concept? Let me know your favorite concept or your favorite idea, your favorite logic, or your favorite like timing aspect. Do you prefer London? Do you prefer New York? Do you prefer the stock exchange, morning session, afternoon session? You know, do you like mitigations, or do you like the imbalances, or, you know, what is it that you like? I want to know. If I had to have a favorite concept, I don't know what we would call this. I'm going to put a video out on it pretty soon. But I would say my favorite is probably the imbalance within the mitigation. Coming off of a divergence. Yeah. Yeah. That's my shit. That is my shit right there. Oh, look at that, Ali. New York, divergence mitigation with imbalance. Taking out those dirty rat retail traders and rebalancing price at the same time. I'm all for it, Willow. I'm all for it. Price has just been ripping during the final hours of trading this whole week, so anything is possible. Alpha Bear, I agree. And we may end up getting that today. That final hour. And it's Friday, so the Friday final hour can sometimes be shaky in a good way or a bad way. Max says divergence. Connie says American, 9 a.m. favorite trade. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, it's just any concept that you know can be high probability if it's the right one. If it's at the right time with the right context, it's usually going to work very well. It's just imbalances by themselves are good. Mitigations by themselves are good. But when you have the imbalance within the mitigation, it just becomes exponentially more powerful. The probabilities go way through the roof. And then even the right timing as well. That's why yesterday or Wednesday, we'll come back to this. It was Wednesday when we talked about the NASDAQ in the final hour. And this is on Twitter. Matter of fact, I got to pull it up now. It was this shit right here. Let me pull up Twitter, though. Since we're here. $13,185. Look at that. 500 views and only 5 likes. You fucking people are ridiculous. Always creeping, huh? But not interacting. Look at that shit. Look at that. 13,185 lows for final hour. I'm watching. So 13,185, I think was this. 185.75. I guess I just didn't put in the 3/4, but that's fine. Who cares about that? Two o'clock is here. 3 o'clock is here. So look at that. It was a little bit late, of course, but I was watching this imbalance. Then we ripped. And as soon as we started to take off, that's when I mentioned it. Next minute, imbalance, boom. Comes down, rallies a little bit, and then sprints for that level. You see that? Now, I went into detail the other day, or yesterday. I went into detail about this a lot more, but that is incredible final hour trading. When you have liquidity, the market trades up first, get those buyers in, and then rip their face off. Apex predator shit. Apex predator, man. You got to be on the hunt, bro. You got to be on the hunt or your ass is getting hunted, period. Period. So who is on the fucking menu today? 33,800. That's on the menu for today. If we right now were a pack of lions, the gazelles are at 33,800. You see what I'm saying? How does that analogy work for you? Unless you're vegan, then well, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. But you know, It's the same idea, man. Nature is nature. But the gazelles are at the river in the Sahara Desert because they're thirsty and they're cluttered around 33,800. But the lions, on the other hand, we've gone a couple weeks with minimal food. Here's that gap. I clicked the wrong tab, but I was screenshotting this earlier. There's that gap right there that I was talking about. Right there. But the gazelles, they're there. They're there. Say in a Steve Irwin accent. Yeah. I don't know how to speak in an Australian accent, but we got to get a guest on here. Figure it out. And figure it out. What's good, Nikki? But yeah. So we're creeping right now. The lions are gathering. They're gathering and they're plotting and scheming, going, okay, how are we gonna get there? What's our plan? So they're scheming right now. They're saying, look, when we get there, we're gonna find the slowest one or the oldest one or possibly the sickest one who can't run that fast. So some of you are going to scare some of them off. And when they start running, y'all figure out who the slowest one is. And that's going to be our dinner. That's going to be our dinner. And then we will feast this weekend. And that's really how the market is. Honestly, that's how it is. Think about it. Think about this morning. 8:30 starts, drops lower, rallies or retracement, and then continues lower, right? Oh, okay, great. Market makes a new low. Where the stops at? Above this high and above this high. Boom, market comes back for that. Buyers come in, right? Because they have, they want to buy a breakout. People are buying that. Boom, they get their face ripped off. 15, 20 minutes, they're fucking done. Anyone who caught this low going higher, where their stops at? Below the low. Market comes back for that too. Then they get taken out. Then the market goes back up. You see what I'm saying? It's back and forth. It's manipulation. It's carnage, bro. It's the lions and the gazelles, man. I'm telling you. You're either a lion or a gazelle. There's no in between. Sometimes you're the lion. Sometimes you're the gazelle. Or sometimes you're just the hippo who's just chilling, not doing anything. Like today would probably be a good day to be a hippo. Just chill. Have some fun in the mud. Grab a whiskey or something and just wait till next week. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Whiskey today, huh? The only bottle I have open right now is tequila. I have a few different whiskeys though, but they're not open. I bought a bunch of bottles the last year and a half for doomsday prep actually. So, now that I said that, I'm gonna get those fucking ads again for all those meals and stuff. That shit was crazy. I don't know if I told you guys that. I had said that on the stream. I had said doomsday prep, and like 30 minutes later, I hop on Instagram, and I got ads for those food things, you know, like, oh, buy this shit for $300 and you know it's food that lasts 10 years or whatever. Crazy shit, dude. They're fucking listening in. They are listening in. Shit, Elon Musk confirmed that Twitter had or the government and Twitter had access to people's DMs as well. Big Brother's fucking watching, man. If my stream cuts out before we do anything, that's what I want to let you know, man. Big Brother is watching. They're on your ass. Sultan, I didn't catch anything today. I caught 2 break evens, man. I caught 2 break evens. I shouldn't be trading today anyway. We did so much this week. If you go back in my Twitter, if you study my Twitter from this week, you're gonna shit yourself. Swissy, we called that, it went lower. NASDAQ, we called higher, it went higher. Then we called lower, and it went lower. Same day. Yesterday, we called S&P higher, it went higher. So, you can copy and paste those tweets onto your chart. Honestly, I think that's one of the best features that TradingView has. I really do. Because that's what I would do. If it were me, and if I was studying from someone, and they were on Twitter calling moves all the time, and they were hitting like way, way more than they are missing, I would put their tweets on the chart, and I would try to figure out, like, what did they see here? What time did they tweet? You know what I mean? And then try and figure it out. Because that's like its own backtesting idea right there. Even before my book, even before I was an educator, mentor, whatever, like even years and years ago, people would, every once in a while, they would message me and they would tell me like, oh, John, you know, I've studied your Facebook. I went back to your old post and, you know, I studied the things that you post. Which the first couple of times I heard that, I thought that was really fucking weird. But that's just, I'm just being real with you. But after a while, I was like, that's actually a really smart idea. So I'll pass that along to you guys. You can do that. And I do that for a reason. I put that on Twitter for a reason. Not just to prove that I know, you know, what's going on, but for you. Right? I just showed you how to do it. All you got to do is when you go to Twitter, there's a button, the share button. You click the share and then you click copy link to tweet. And then all you do is click the Twitter button, paste the link, and then bam, it's on your chart. See? This is the S&P, and this, I was talking about NASDAQ here, but I'm just saying I just copied and pasted this tweet. Right? That was way up there too. Way up there. But you can do that for everything, even Swiss franc. Swiss franc had a really better timing too. Let me see if I can find it. Because the indices aren't doing too much today. Okay, watch this. Swiss franc. Twitter. Copy, paste. Boom. In Twitter, you can move this around, right? But either way, it's going to point to where I said that. All the way down to the minute candle. And so I mentioned that right there. And you can see it, 11:49. Not a great time to trade, but still, I said Swissy next up for slaughtering. It got slaughtered. See what I'm saying? There was a couple moves up higher, yes, barely. Less than 10 pips. And it got crushed. It got annihilated, obliterated. Because it was the gazelles, bro. The gazelles were down here at the water hole. After the other gazelles got ate the fuck up. See what I'm saying? So the lions were in here going, yeah, we're hungry. Where the gazelles at? Down here. Lions went on attack mode. So however you want to look at it, liquidity, lions and gazelles, don't matter. Don't matter. But why though? Because look at it. Took liquidity, came down, not quite, retracement, and then coming off of that retracement is when I mentioned it. So I'm just saying, you can literally study my Twitter if you want extra stuff. So, well, didn't come down to sweep this low. Looks like it wants to trade higher instead. Kind of a rough day. Consolidation nation. But we still got the 2 levels there. Convince our phones can read your minds. Via our face cameras, I've gotten ads for things I've thought about and never spoke. Weird. Yeah, that is weird. What's criteria for break even? Number 1, shitty conditions. Number 2, I would say order flow is probably the biggest thing. Is order flow supporting your idea or is it not? Timing as well. You know, are you sitting around your entry or is it running your direction? Is it the right trading time? You know, or is there news? Like, there's a lot of criteria that goes for break even. But when conditions are shitty, I go break even fast. Because you don't want open risk in a shitty environment. You're just asking to take a loss. But I did talk about that earlier. So if you want to, when this is over in the recording, if you want to watch the first like maybe 10, 15 minutes, I talked about that in a little bit into more detail. It didn't open due to spread. You know how it is. Honestly, you're very good at what you do. Thanks. Oh, I appreciate that, Tiago. I appreciate that. I know what you guys want to learn. Because I remember what it was like my first year, my second year. And everything I know now was not learned in 6 months. It was learned over many, many years. Many years. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't know. And a lot of people don't want to talk about it. All right, we're about to get our alert here on the 4154. 1 tick above that and we get alerted. Because it has to go through the level. So we'll see if we get expansion here. Past 4154. Even the people that know shit now. Ooh, nice expansion. Nice little run up there to 56. The people that know shit now, they held back information. Out of all the good traders that I know, like really fucking good traders, like good traders, nice entries, they can hold fucking trades, you know, they're not on social media that much. They're not flexing Lamborghinis and shit. They're quiet. Some of them are on social media, but they're just not that big. A couple thousand followers, nothing crazy. But out of all the really good traders that I know, a lot of them don't teach. They just don't. And out of the ones that do, they hold back, bro. They hold back a lot of information. People think I fucking hold back information. I mean, I'm literally teaching you how to get entries better than anybody you fucking know. Better than anybody you fucking know. This shit from yesterday. Where was it? This yesterday We took this yesterday. That mitigation on the 1 minute time frame. I took that, and one of my students, Josh, we took that right there. And it took off less than 2 minutes of drawdown. Beautiful shit. And I think it continued for a while. It had continued for a while. I'm not holding back shit. Because you're not getting a better fucking entry than that. All those people who talk like that, get a better entry than me, then we can fucking talk. But you have no supporting evidence, bro. None. It's just speculation. That's all it is. But I tell you guys how to get that type of stuff. I tell you guys about these turning points. I give you fucking alerts to set on your chart, and we watch price action. Is it going to hit these levels or is it not? Am I right or am I wrong? I am wrong sometimes. I am. But other times, I'm pretty fucking spot on. Because it's not me, it's the market. It's how the market operates. And when you read it correctly and you get it right, it's going to be super precise. There is no kind of right or kind of wrong. It either hit your level or it didn't. You either took a winning trade or a break even or a loss. And the tweets are beforehand. You know what I'm saying? Or just after the move like started. So you might be able to get in on like order flow. So what the fuck do you mean holding back? Holding back nothing, bro. And I can't stand that shit. Well, John, I heard this, I heard that. You heard what? You heard the fucking ding from the alerts that I gave you. That's the only thing you should be hearing. How about that? How about that? But anyway, not that I wanted to rant today. But I feel like, look, we get more viewers when I start ranting. But no, Rafa, that's all good, man. I was just talking about how people think I hold back. They think I hold back education. But I can tell you that the people that I learn from, which is more than one person, okay? Quite a few different people. Some people didn't hold back, but what they had was limited. The ones that knew more, they did hold back. And that I don't really care for. But hey, not everybody's going to be in your best interest. Well, think about this. Think about this real quick. Logically for a minute. If you knew, let's just say a course on anything you want. I mean, it could be trading. It could be a mechanic. Okay. So let's just say you're a mechanic and you're like a master. You know, you have a degree, you know, all type of shit. You know, everything about cars and maintenance and procedures and all these things. So imagine you go, okay, I'll start a YouTube channel and I'll teach people how to become a mechanic. But what you do is you say, okay, I could teach you everything I know within like 2 years. Right? But they go, you know what? I'll take 4 years to explain it. I'll take twice as long because I can make more money that way. I could start a course, have a course, and make them pay every month. And as long as I give them a little bit each month, you know, as long as they're learning a little bit every month, they'll keep paying and I'll make more money, right? As a business strategy, that's a good strategy to have from a business standpoint. But morally, I don't know if that sits right with me. You know, why would you take a lot longer than you need? In the name of making more money? Bro. Some people don't fucking have money, dude. Some people have a lot of bills, a lot of responsibilities, and they can't afford X number of dollars per month Or maybe they can, maybe they're sacrificing, or maybe they have a second job to try and afford like a mentorship that people are offering. And then you're going to spit in their face by not giving them the information that they're looking for. You just give them breadcrumbs. Give them the whole fucking loaf, bro. Give them the whole loaf. Stop giving people breadcrumbs. You know what I mean? I don't like that, dude. I really don't. I don't like that when people do that shit. You come here on my channel and you learn shit. On this YouTube channel, you learn shit, bro. We get into all the details. I give you price targets. I give you entry techniques. I give you trade management techniques. I give you time windows. I answer every question. Every question. Unless I skip it accidentally, then that's my mistake. I don't intend to do that. But every time I read a question, I answer it, period. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, how much money do you make from trading? That depends, because it's different. Every trade is different. I wish I made more, but that's all of us. So, but I do okay. I do okay. And yeah, Naruto, I put a new emote yesterday, the crying one. Because why not? Because why not? So, anyway. You answer questions before we ask them because you know how traders think. Oh, I know. I know. That's why sometimes I say, look, just wait. Wait before you answer your question. Or I'll go, you might be thinking, well, why not this one or that one? Like, I know, because I went through the same shit. I went through the same shit. Why not this imbalance? Why not this candle? Why this mitigation, not the other one? Well, why this target, not this one? Dude, I know. I know. That's why I tell you. The hardest part is controlling ourselves, but I think that comes with time and experience. No, it definitely does. It definitely does. So this looks like it's not going to be a reversal. The Dow is no longer respecting that 15-minute, at least the lowest candle anyway of the mitigation here. It did for a little bit, but now it's trading up and above that. So it looks like the 59.60 level is going to be on the table for this afternoon. But like I said, guys, I was in from down here, but this spent so much time there. So much time. I don't take trades like that. I don't hold trades like that. Because the majority of the time, if I'm wrong, it's okay to be wrong, but I'm not going to stay wrong. That was in one of the most recent videos. I'm not going to hold a trade that goes sideways for an hour and a half. 11 to 12:30, yeah, fuck that. Because more times than not, if I'm wrong, then it's just going to go lower. So I'm okay missing out. That's all right. That's all right. It's called discipline, man. It's called discipline. Sometimes you just got to let the shit go. But yeah, if we get 4160, what emojis do you guys have? I don't think you have the trophy one. I don't think I think I skipped that. We gotta do the gems. If we get 4160, you guys gotta drop gems in the chat. How about that? How about that? All right, we're gonna take this level off because we're already above those highs. And I just want to see if that 5-minute imbalance is going to hold. I would have preferred if we ran this low and then this would have possibly been in a mitigation to go higher. That would have been more ideal. So I'm not telling you to take a trade, because I'm definitely not. But watching it at this point, I want to see if we come into that imbalance, respect it, and then go higher. If I can get a drawing tool, something like that, I think would be likely. But I'm going to take this off and we'll just watch it. So there's that. Time is it 12:53? 12:53. But anyways, guys, if you got some value so far, drop a like on the video. I'd greatly appreciate that. If you got anything worth note taking or any type of value whatsoever, let me know by dropping a like on the video. It's free to do. It's free to do. Doesn't cost you anything. So there is that. I don't know who called me. Who called me knowing I'm on YouTube? The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Very nice. Let me ask you guys a question about Instagram. When I go to repost a story that someone tags me in, when I post it to my story, before I post it, it doesn't let me resize it. You know how like you can zoom in or zoom out, like you can resize your repost? I can't do that for some reason. It just fits the screen and I can't move it. I can't resize it or anything. So is that just my phone, or is that Instagram, or what? Oh, mine's not up to date. There was an update 3 days ago. Never mind, chat. Let me see if that if this update fixed it. Let's try this again. Nope. The update didn't fix it. Raphael, I have an iPhone. I have an iPhone. Actually, I didn't charge it last night either. I'm on 27% for right now. 27%. Let me look at one thing real quick too while we're here. We got over 150 new subscribers this month. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So the first 3 members signed up 25 days ago. Nikki, Drosky, and Alex. So Nikki, if you're here, I guess next week, Friday of next week, that sniper should be a different color. So we'll have to test that theory. We'll have to see if that changes over. Is Nikki still with us? Yeah, so Nikki, you should be moving on to the silver one pretty soon. I think I set it up that way. Let me take a look. Look, I'm new to this shit, okay? I've never had YouTube memberships before. Never had a back office. Like, I never knew. Yeah, you should be moving on to the silver one pretty soon. Wait. It says optional. So maybe you can get to choose to keep the bronze one or the silver one? But I don't know why you would want it. I guess if that was an option, I don't understand why you would want the older one. The newer one would be cooler, I would think, because it's a loyalty badge, right? So it tells everybody that you've been here longer than others. So that's like a seniority kind of thing. The gold one is going to be the ideal one, but that's not until a full year. So we got 11 more months before we get to that. 11 more months. Matter of fact, we might have to do something special for the first few golden snipers. I don't know what we're gonna do special yet, but it'll be really cool. Free merch. We'll have to do better than that. We will have to do better than that. 41.59 coming off of what? That imbalance. Oh, fucking John, he's hiding something. Hiding what, bro? Hiding what? What? Look how price reacted off of that. Straight to the target that we had, bro. Hiding what? What am I hiding? Come on, dog. Come on, man. Did we hit 4160? Gems in the chat. Where the gems at? Come on. Gems in the chat, guys. Holding back. Get the fuck out of here. Come on, man. Come on. This is why we need more people. We need more people in the chat. We need more people on stream. Calling moves before they happen. Calling turning points before they... Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Soon enough, this is going to be membership only, just so you know. Because this shit is free. free right now. Absolutely free for anyone and everyone to come onto the stream and watch price, live price, looking at movements, analyzing them in real time, and seeing price literally move. What we talk about? Well, this is either going to be a reversal or it's not. We looked at it. What did I tell you? Oh, it doesn't look like a reversal. Okay, well, if it's not going to fucking reverse, what's it going to do? Continue. Okay, what's it going to continue to? Up here? What's it do? Bam. It's as simple as that. It ain't rocket science. It ain't rocket science. I got to take a screenshot of the chat real quick because I'm going to put that on Instagram. It's not rocket science. Come on. What else do you want? Conditions were doo-doo. Conditions were garbage, but we still outlined something, dude. Come on. Holding back. Holding back my fucking ego is what I'm holding back. I think that's going to conclude for today's presentation. I think that's going to be it for today. The fucking NASDAQ, 13,108. The alert for that hit too. Only we didn't have an alert there because I forgot to put it on there. But guess what? That fucking high got wrecked too, bro. Come on. Come on. What am I holding back, dude? The 2 levels on the upside hit. Well, the 3 because the S&P had 2. But guess what? The Dow didn't run lower. Okay, so I was wrong on that. The gazelles weren't down there. You got bad information. The gazelles moved on. The gazelles moved on. But you know what? The lions split. They sent half the lions down south. They showed up to the river. River was empty. But the lions that went to the other river, they just got their dinner. Look at that. They just attacked. Boom. Now they're taking home their kill. And that's trading. There's nothing else to do. If we happen to be long, I think I would maybe hold a partial position in case it continues to rally the rest of the afternoon for the next 2 hours. That's definitely a possibility. But if it was me, if I was long, I would partial probably most of it, if not all of it. Just because the conditions are not favorable. And I wouldn't expect such a large move. Can we get one? Yes, but I don't want to be worried about it. It's Friday. There's 2 hours left. Go enjoy the weekend, dude. I love trading. It's my fucking passion above everything else. Above everything else. But there are good times to do things, and then there are times to walk away. Right now is one of those times to walk away. Simple as that. Conditions are kind of yucky. We still got a nice movement. Take what you can get and go home. Just go home. It's okay. Maybe the lions went out for the gazelle. Maybe they expected a big old fat one, but maybe they just got a medium-sized gazelle. Okay. That's still going to be dinner. You may not, you may not be stuffed because you didn't get the biggest one, but that's okay because you're not going to go hungry. You're going to have your dinner. You're going to be satisfied. You're going to be grateful for what you can get, and you're not going to be upset about what you missed, right? Oh man, well, why didn't we get in down here? Don't think like that. Don't think like that. Because that's going to put you in a negative mindset. And a mindset of lacking and not a mindset of abundance. That type of mindset fucks people up. Not here. Not here. So that will conclude today's presentation. Y'all be blessed, man. Y'all just be blessed. Have a good weekend. I'll see you here on Monday, same time. On the 24th, 1 p.m. EST. you want to become a member to get the cool snipers and stuff, to get the emojis and all that, we have fun here, bro. You can sign up. You can click. There should be a join button on your screen below the video. You can click join. Tier 1 or Tier 2 memberships are available. It's not a requirement. You don't have to. But I made it cheap so that way we could have some fun. Because I want to build a community on here. A community of people that can rip the face off of other traders. That can just completely dominate these markets. That's what I want to turn you guys into. But also have fun while we're doing it. The analogies, the jokes, the LOLs. But also the get your bag and go home. And right now is a go home moment. So we're going to end it. See you guys on Monday.